Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another exploration, and today I am joined by the lovely Liz Housden. Hello, Liz.
Hello, Richard.
Nice to see you again.
And you, yes.
Viewers may remember that Liz and I, fairly recently, went over to the Isle of Wight.
We did.
On a ferry, no less.
Yes.
And some fantastic videos over there, so do check those out. But we're not on the Isle of Wight today.
No, we're not.
But we're still in Hampshire.
We are. Yeah.
Which is very interesting. We've got this granite stone behind us, and because we're going to go and see something which we'll tell you about in a minute. But whereabouts are we?
What exactly here? Well, we're about 15 miles north of Portsmouth, something like that.
And here is Idsworth.
This is Idsworth. Yes, it's a tiny dot of a place.
Yes, there's very little here. We've got a through road.
Yes.
Couple of houses over there.
Yes.
And behind us, and a train.
You
can probably hear the train. Hello.
It's the main line to London, actually.
Oh, is
Waterloo,
it?
Yes.
Oh,
Portsmouth
okay.
to Waterloo, yeah.
But behind us is this great big stone piece of granite here, which says St Hubert of Idsworth, and then it gives us the date 1053, which, as you reminded me, is pre-Norman.
It is, yes, because it was 1066, wasn't it, when
Absolutely.
William the Conqueror came here?
Yeah. So we're off to see a church which is isolated in this field. We're going to find out, have a look at it and find out a bit more about it. So, should we get cracking? It's a bit of a stroll up there.
It is a bit of a stroll.
Right.
Great.
There's a gate there, so let's use that.
Off we go.
This is an intriguing little walkway in the middle of a field, Liz.
Yes, I know it is, isn't it? Sort of raised up.
Yeah, it only makes me wonder if, well, you said this, didn't you, just before we came up here? It must flood.
I think so, don't you? And every now and then, when you want to walk to the church, I presume you don't want to paddle.
No, quite. And there's this lovely field behind us. There was a sign, actually, that talked about trying to put the wildflowers back in.
And the chalk downland and
to preserve.
Yes.
Because obviously there's a lot of intensive farming around here. There's all the wheat that's just been harvested, or corn, or whatever it is. But yeah, lovely to see a little area here, which presumably can flood and be a bit marshy.
Think so, yes, but
nice.
The wildflowers are working. Look, the
poppies
still here.
Poppies are because I thought poppies had gone.
They have nearly, haven't they? Yes.
Right, it's not getting us to the church though,
No,
Liz.
it's not. No. We're
Let's
being
carry on.
distracted.
And here it is. Bit of a shame that it's covered in scaffold.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yes.
But clearly people are actually working on the church, so I hope that's not going to mar your enjoyment of it. Round the side you can see, as you pointed out to me, some fascinating windows, beautifully obscured by the scaffolding. And we were just joking just now, some walkers went past, because it's Saxon church.
Yes.
But we were wondering if the scaffold was Iron Age, but of course it's steel.
Steel Age.
So no, it's not even bronze. But anyway, let's go and have a look at it, shall we?
Absolutely.
After you.
Right, here we are. It's a nice old door, isn't it?
Well, it's a really nice church, isn't it?
It's lovely, and it really feels incredibly old, doesn't it?
And that's not surprising. We've just seen there's a little piece of text that was written in 1949, I think it was, in sort of that prose of the time, which tells you about all the different people that would have come up and the costumes they were wearing.
That's interesting, isn't it? What they were wearing.
Yeah, from the Saxons coming up in I've just read it, can't remember now all the things, in the Saxon attire, and then the Normans, and
onto the Tudors.
The Tudors, the Elizabethans in there, farthingales.
Farthingales with stomachers, yes.
Yes, stomachers. I've learnt a couple of things. But what an incredible church with... Now, one of the things it did say is the window up here is the oldest on the north wall, and that's easy to see because of the splayed nature of the wall, that it goes back with a tiny little window.
Weeny, isn't it?
It is weeny. And very little adaptation thereafter. You know, the chancel was, I think, enlarged a bit.
Yes, they said yes.
A later addition. What's interesting, though, this was the chapel of Earl Godwin, who was the father of Harold, who fought at the Battle of Hastings.
Yes, indeed, King Harold, yes.
Yeah, and it told us that the manor, his manor, Earl Godwin's manor, was close by.
Yes.
But now when you look at the countryside, you know, there's barely anything, as you said at the beginning.
Yeah. It just sits here on the top of the hill,
Yeah.
all on its own, nothing else. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's amazing. But it's been here for nearly 1,000 years. And now you come in and you know, this is what I like about churches. You've got these box pews all around us for the gentry.
Yes.
Probably from the 17th century. You've got the pulpit, which is on the south wall, which I think that said the 17th
That's
century.
17th century, yes.
And then prior to that, well, I don't know when I imagine all the woodwork must have come from about then, because it all looks of the same age, really, doesn't it?
Yes, but the organ, is that Victorian, did they say?
Might be. It's very ornate, isn't it?
Yes.
Sort of got that organs, I think, did come from, well, I don't know really.
I
don't want to speculate too much. It's got a lovely old font.
Yes, isn't that lovely? Yeah.
Which is very nice.
Tucked up in the corner.
But yeah, you do feel its age here on the Downs.
Yes.
Coming in, we saw an almost indecipherable text above the door. We sort of.
It's in Latin, isn't it?
Yes. So,
go away, look it up.
No idea what it means. And interesting, just over here, in the corner there, is the rope with the sally for the bell, which has the bell tower presumably above it. But there's this sort of seated area where whoever is the bell ringer can sit down and toll his bell, which I think is lovely.
Yes, it is. He'd be part of the service.
Yes.
And yet pull his bell at the right time.
At the right time, yeah. It's really interesting.
Yeah, pity we can't see the altar, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, whatever they're doing, they're clearly sort of taking it back and renovating and making it splendid again. But it is, obviously this work has to go on. Wall paintings. It's got these 14th century wall paintings, which I've now lost. Oh,
over there.
Oh yes, one at the back, and there's a little bit of something over there.
Yes, there is.
Which is some old text. But yeah, beautiful wall paintings. I like these box pews.
Yeah, I think they're wonderful.
Get a little lock over there.
You could go to sleep in the sermon, couldn't you? Nobody would
do
notice.
you know, I'm sure that's what happened. They could just slink down. Even though the priest is slightly higher and looking down, you probably could.
Yes, well, certainly when he was over there you couldn't see, could you?
No, that's right. Now, you've done a bit of research on our saint.
Yes, St Hubert, who we didn't know anything about him, did we at all?
No.
So I went and looked him up, and it says that he became Bishop of Liège in 708 AD.
And Liège is a place in France, presumably.
Liège, yes.
Yeah. Showing my geographical ignorance there.
And he was a Christian saint who was the patron saint, now this is fascinating,
yes,
of hunters,
right,
mathematicians,
oh right,
opticians,
oh blimey,
and metalworkers.
Yeah, they all go together,
Absolutely.
don't they?
I mean,
you couldn't make that up.
No, you couldn't do. It was quite extraordinary.
Gosh.
He was known as the Apostle of Ardennes. That's more France.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
And he was called upon until the early 20th century to cure rabies.
As you do. Yes, well, I suppose that, again, we now put them in compounds. Do we do that anymore? Are you choking to death over
there? I'm just laughing. I don't know what they do with
know,
people who have rabies, actually.
I wonder if he was able to cure them.
No, you can cure. I mean, they've got injections for rabies now, haven't
Yes.
they?
I don't suppose back then, in the days of St Hubert, whenever the church was given the dedication,
Right.
they probably didn't. I
Well,
wonder,
if he was alive in 1708,
yes, that's true. 1708. They had an apocrypha.
708, I think.
708.
708, yes.
Yes. So I don't know if they had can you say the word?
Apothecaries.
Apothecaries. You try saying that word on camera. Not so easy. Apothecaries, yes. They came in the sort of 16th, 17th century, I think. But there were people who were good with herbs and things. So presumably,
yes.
maybe they just...
Well, I mentioned in Shakespeare.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. And he was, 15 something?
Well, he was born in 1500s.
Yeah. No, I wasn't talking about his age.
Oh,
no.
I see.
No, I'm sure he was 16 or 17 when he wrote his good stuff. Yeah. Well, this is the north wall now, isn't it, Liz? And
that's right, yes.
you can see the other side of the little window it was talking about.
How tiny it is.
It looks remarkably tiny and almost idiotically tiny.
Yes,
but I don't know, because they wouldn't have had glass back then in Saxon times and early Norman times. But so I guess a small window lets in less cold.
Yes, I think so.
As well as less light.
Yes, well, that's the drawback, isn't it?
But here we've got the remains of the...
Oh, yes, where the
bowl toller. The bowl toller, whatever it is.
Bell toller.
That must have been the north door originally.
It may very well have been, yes, because
you
you've got the tower above you, which is where the bell rings.
I guess that would have been a later addition.
Yes.
The other observation, Liz, that you noticed, and I hadn't picked up on this, and that is...
No graveyard.
No graveyard. How extraordinary, isn't it?
It is very odd. I can't think of a church that I've ever been to that didn't have a graveyard.
And there's lots of fields all around, and you would imagine that even in the wild grass and flowers that they've left here, there might be headstones, but nothing at all. No,
and that bit looks as if it could even belong to the church, because it's bounded by a hedge, isn't it?
Yeah, could be the old...
But there's nothing there.
I feel like it could be the churchyard, but there's nothing, unless they've taken them out or they've buried people elsewhere. Who knows? If you know, let us know. That would be great.
It would be, yes.
Thank you so much, Liz, for bringing me here.
Good.
What an interesting church.
It is, isn't it?
Just a bit unusual from, the average.
Yes, I thought so, as I just drove past it one day and I thought, oh, Richard would like that.
Yes, and I do. Hope you have enjoyed our little visit, and why not come along and have a look? But anyway, we've run out of time as ever.
Yep.
So don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, become a patron. Give us a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, that would be grand. Leave a comment, and no doubt Liz and I will go out and do some more investigating.
Yes.
Hampshire is full of interesting places.
It is, yes.
So I've got to get up here more often. But for now, thanks for watching and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.